Do not attempt to adjust your computer. There is nothing wrong. We have taken control as to bring you this special show. The Mothership flies once again through cyberspace. My name is Dobie Maxwell, a.k.a. the King of Uranus. To my right, to your left, Greg DeGuire. Coming up on your right, my left, Carrie Turner, our Millennial Falcon. We are the triumvirate coming to you from the fall. It's getting colder outside. It's getting warmer inside. We've got a live event coming up, and if you're anywhere near the Cosmic Compound, we can't tell you what it is. The only people that know are the CIA and the FBI. And if you tell anybody,
and the Russians.
And the Russians do too. And there's a conspiracy about that. But there's been some red painting marks outside of your house. We have to take we have a big event coming up. And Greg wants to tell you about it. It is fall. We're gonna start. We started the show originally in the fall in November. It was the first week of November, I believe it was, on the radio. So we're kind of coming up on anniversary time.
Yeah, in anniversary time. So this episode in specific is an anniversary of sorts. This is our filmed episode number 20. Woo-hoo. So this is episode 20 of the books. So with that, we're having a Halloween party, the first annual Mothership Connection Halloween Bash. If you're in the area, it's going to be at the compound, a.k.a. here. So
we're going to have to blindfold you, put you under with an anesthesiologist, take you around the block in a trunk of a car.
So if you're in southeastern Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois...
That sounds like fun to you.
And you're on our Facebook page, you can message us, myself or Carrie or whoever answers that.
Or go through the Mothership Connection fan page, whatever.
And if you really want to know what it is, I'll give the address out that way. I was against putting the address all over Facebook. I really didn't want to do that.
No, I agree with you.
So it's all behind the scenes message.
The government knows where we are.
Yeah, we know where we're at.
Right. Also, if you're a fan of the radio show, and we hope you are still watching this, we have a lot of the people that were big on the radio show to come out. Scott Marcus, I believe, will make it out.
Oh, good. I've sent him an invite. Yes. Yeah, I'd love to see Scott.
I've been waiting to meet him.
Scott's great.
Yeah, I know a lot of the listeners of the AM show are going to be at the party here because I've known them for years. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is we're going to go live that night at 9 p.m. Central. We're going to keep posting this as that date gets closer. The date's going to be Saturday, October 28th at 7 p.m. till the last drunk falls out. Some of my Halloween parties I've had. The Halloween party, this is a fun story. Originally started with my brother Chris. He worked at Century Foods here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And his store always wanted to have a Halloween party for the employees. So this was at Sheridan Lanes here in Kenosha. And they booked the back room to have the Century Foods annual Halloween party. So that was there for a couple of years. And then the bowling alley did some remodeling. They're going to change their back room and stuff. So then I got the house here. I'm like, brilliant. We'll just have it in my garage. So I've been having Halloween parties here now for about 10 years. And it's always been like the 8th annual Century Foods, even though they don't exist here in Kenosha, Wisconsin anymore. The Century Foods anniversary of Halloween parties. But since I'm no longer with that particular store now,
the bicentennial Halloween party.
Yeah, I've decided since we're rebooting the show to call it the first annual Mothership Connection Halloween Bash. So that's what this has evolved. So this has evolved into, and it's always been a lot of fun. The parties have ended as early as 12:30 and as late as 6 a.m. give or take. It doesn't matter. And I've seen lots of probably too much skin at my parties sometimes. Drunken debauchery. Not that that's a necessity or needs to happen. It's usually a pretty good time with or without those types of things. But that's just an eventuality. You get a couple crazy people in here. They get the liquor in them, and you never know what's going to happen. I've only in the history of the parties, I've only had to eject 2 people due to drunken disorderly.
Father Flanagan.
No. Yeah.
And
so
Mother Teresa.
It was 2 friends that had gone way past their limit. Okay, y'all get out.
Who knows? By the description you just put, you might have gotten like 20 people that want to come now.
Yeah.
Now it's a challenge.
Yeah, now it's a challenge. How drunk can I get before I get kicked out? Please don't.
How
quick can the cops show up?
Yeah.
How many cops
Now with that, the police have never ever showed up. It's never gotten that out of hand.
How are your neighbors about this?
I've never had one complaint. And I usually warn them, too. I'm not going to have a party this night. If it gets loud, just here's the number, give us a call. And it usually happens in the garage. Yeah. And I've gone outside to do noise tests before. So there's 20, 30 people in the garage, and I'll go outside and give a listen. Yeah, it's muffled. So if I can barely hear it out of my garage door, it has to go through my garage, open air, in somebody else's house in insulation. Unless there's like pounding or something drops or breaks or a crash, probably not going to hear too much. Now, in the garage, it's an attached garage. There's been the most people I've ever had in there one time. Are you ready for this? Now, here's a number for you. 70.
Oh, I can't
70 have been
in a 2-car garage.
Yes.
Ooh.
I took a count.
Were they the Munchkins from the Wizard of Oz?
No,
reunion?
Nope. And it was
stacked on top of each other.
That was the year after the wife and I got married.
Mm-hmm.
I sent out Halloween invites with the thank you cards from the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a draw. That was now. That was the day. See here now. That was the days where we used to use a word called paper invitations. That's the way of the dodo now. Now we've got the Facebook. I can do all this electronically, so I no longer need to waste paper and stuff. Yes. So it should be fun. So at 9, the party starts at 7. At 9 o'clock Central Time, we're going to go live on Facebook, probably via one of our cell phones.
Yeah.
To do like a little 10, 15 minute, whatever we can make it go before we blow somebody's phone apart, just to give you the scene of the party. Then immediately following that, we're going to film an episode of the Mothership Connection, so you can see the aftermath of the live event. We're going to have all kind of people here, all kind of party guests are going to come on. It should be a blast. Should be an absolute blast.
It'll be great.
We'll get many of the local guests from the radio show too. Like the Scott Marcuses of the world.
Yeah. I'm trying to get author Anita Meyer. She's trying to be here.
Oh, yes.
So I know Diane Ebert said she might pull a surprise visit, too.
She said she might show up as well, former co-hostess as well.
So, and even if they don't show, again, I'll have listeners here, so they're going to be able to, we're going to sit them right here and have them tell us why they love us so gosh darn much.
Yay.
So it should be a good time.
Pizza, beer... soda,
yes, a lot of stuff. Some stuff will be provided if you're going to show up.
Gummy worms.
Bring a 6-pack or a bottle of anything. We're good to go. So should be fun. I think what I'm going to try to do that day, because it's a Halloween party, I'm going to try to maybe get a quick question or two. Then I'm going to take a survey of favorite Halloween movie. Doesn't have to be the scariest. Just favorite.
Are there any that aren't scary? Halloween movies? I can't think of any.
Now
Got
that
any up your
is a
sleeve,
trivia
Adam?
question. Are there any non-scary Halloween movies? Okay, I'm gonna say the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is a non-scary, but it's not necessarily a movie.
That's a TV show though.
TV show.
Adam, our off-screen,
That's
unseen.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
What is
That is
that?
a non-scary Halloween. It's a kids movie.
Well, it's still
Still
not
good,
scary.
though.
It's still non-scary.
It's a
Nightmare
Halloween
Before
movie.
Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, that's a Halloween.
That's a
It
Halloween
spooked me as a kid, though.
More or less.
Corpse Bride.
Yeah, it's another animation thing. Okay, so I guess it's arguable to say that there's a short list of non-scary Halloween movies. Thank you, Adam.
I am so old. He's speaking Portuguese. Wah, wah, wah. Movies I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
Those are all after the 90s.
Now, thanks to the now advent of Netflix, they've got a list. I'm sorry, Netflix. I hate to say this, but your scary movies suck.
What do they put
I don't know
up
where you
there?
get these movies from, and I'm sorry if anyone I know has ever been in any one of these movies. Everyone does a fine job. They're just not scary. And they're pumping movies out way too fast.
Not easy to
Slow
do.
down. Take your time on your project and try to make it a quality feature.
Time out. I had a friend of mine who wrote for a talk show. I don't know if it was the Jay Leno Tonight Show. It was one of those shows back when the O.J. Simpson trial was as hot as it is. Every single day. You got a judge, you got a white Bronco, you got a killer, a football. How could you make that funny? Plus, it's murder of 2 people.
They found a way.
Every day he came to work trying to think of a way. What am I going to do to make that
The
funny?
singing Judge Ito's.
Singing Judge Ito's, exactly right. What I'm
Hilarious.
saying is, how many premises for a scary movie? Somebody comes back from the dead. Some serial killer's wronged by a camp counselor.
Shaun of the Dead.
Comes back.
Oh, yeah.
That's a non. Yeah.
Is that the Toxic Avenger?
That's a comedy. Yeah, Toxic Avenger was more corny and campy, but Shaun of the Dead was billed as a comedy, and it's a comedy about zombies.
It's pretty
So
great.
okay, there we go. There's one.
Zombie comedy is a good idea. But my point is, if you're going to do straight horror movies, I mean, even George Romero, who I thought was great, at the 3rd or 4th one of the Dead. Okay, Laundry of the Dead, Bowling Leagues of the Dead.
Zombie laundry.
Showers of the Dead.
Must get stain out of whites.
Scrubby.
Tide wide.
Borax no longer working.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, that's shampoo.
Yeah.
That's all they chant. Wash,
Yeah.
rinse, repeat.
Now there's a YouTube show I would watch. Zombies doing laundry. Wash, rinse, repeat. And it's just half hour zombie doing life.
People
one of
are
them's cleaning the lid trap.
The other one's trying to fold crap and the arms all over the place. The other one's trying to fold
one
into a
arm falls
ball.
off.
Yeah. The other one's putting a shirt on his head and can't quite figure it out.
That's my point. When something comes out, I must admit, I enjoy the zombie movie when they became hot, and then after the 12th one, it's like okay, every idea has been exhausted. Give it up. There's a limit on zombie movies. That's why they have a limit on hunting season.
More of a horror movies used to have a formula they had to follow. There was usually some sort of gun violence,
yes,
some sort of monster, and some sort of
decapitation, physical,
gratuitous nude shot. Mm-hmm. Half a boob. I don't care what it was. There was always something. But now we're in it. The cult of horror movies we're in it. They go in for the quick scare or the shock scare, the whatever it is, the jump scare. So they have a scene where all is quiet. All of a sudden, somebody peeks around a corner really fast. Now the teen go eek. That's the horror movie. It's not even scary.
Get impressed
but
by
that's what sells. And all the horror movies are now PG-13. And I'm sorry, they're just not that good. They're just not that good. Make it R. Make it good. Yeah. There's a way. There's a way this can be done.
The difference between PG and R in a horror movie is what, Mr. Movie?
The amount of blood shown, the amount of nudity, and the types of violence that you're showing. Not just. So Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs, was quoted as saying one of the most violent movies of all time.
It wasn't.
But what did it show?
It implied.
Nothing. It implied. So that's the difference between shown violence and implied violence. So to get it rated R, if you're implying all kind of stuff and the camera is just off so you can see the bodies wiggling, but you can't literally see the evisceration, you still might garnish an R rating off of that. Like the Braveheart scene.
Somebody said between PG-13 and R in R you can see a breast, and PG-13 you can saw it off with a chainsaw.
Yeah, because in this particular culture that we live in, violence is way easier for people to manage than a bare ass or half a boob or who knows. Oh, nudity. Our kids are going to grow up weird. Not going to happen. Ooh, violence. Yeah. Okay, you can see this guy's arm getting chopped off. That's fine.
Did you ever watch the movie Dale and Tucker versus Evil?
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
That was the one where it was like a horror spoof, but it was supposed to portray like the two main hit guys down south, like, you know, being the killers, but it's the opposite. All these teenagers kept accidentally killing themselves, making it look like these guys were trying to...
That's
one
funny.
girl, like, fell into a wood chipper, and someone got... It was hilarious. That one was...
That is funny. Now when you tell me stories like this, then the creative busts through the wall.
It makes up for it.
I like it. But again, there are far too many. Once something gets hot, well, everybody's doing it. That's exactly why not to do it.
I'm going to pick on American Horror Story. Mm-hmm. As we're filming this, the newest American Horror Story is on TV. It's Cult. We're 5 episodes in. It's really good.
Okay.
But I'll do you one better. Here's where society now is more accepting of the F word.
They slipped that in.
They're gratuitously throwing out the F word, and it's not fudge ripple or fudgesicle. It's the granddaddy of them all. Thank you, Christmas Story. Yeah, they're using it everywhere. Wow. This show is littered with F-bombs.
Which, again, means that it's going to mean nothing.
Yeah. So, all right, riddle me this, Batman.
Good writing doesn't need it.
Correct.
Well, for story... All right, to intensify certain story types of situations, sometimes the word is used as an exclamation mark or whatever in the story. Fine. It's a tool. So, that's okay. Now, this is on network television. Yes, parents should watch what your kid... No, we've already established that doesn't happen. So some 5-year-old's channel flipping and sees the main character is F you, F this, F, 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 F. He's going to go to school the next day. Hey, teacher, F you. Mm-hmm. Oh, where'd you learn that from? I don't know. So, okay, that's okay. But Lord forbid there's a nipple slip or some kind of ass cheek. Forget it. Downfall of society. Come on, man.
Europe is not like that.
And I'm not saying we need all kind of nudity on the television.
I'm just saying exactly.
I'm just making the argument.
A little bit more accepted.
It should be a little bit more accepted than decapitations and F-bombs on network shows, mind you. There should be a reversal, and again, not the reversal has to come nudity,
but used in the sexual way all the time.
No.
Too.
I remember, was it
What are the ways to use it?
One of these NYPD Blues, one of the NYPD shows. Who is the Dennis Franz?
Mm-hmm.
There was a big to-do because there was a shower scene with Dennis Franz, and you saw his entire ass. And this was 15 years ago.
Sipowitz.
And that was a big to-do. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to show an ass on TV.
They show it when the president speaks.
Yes. But it was Dennis Franz's ass. And the world jumped off the cliff. Like, that's a problem.
Of
but
all the ones to have it be his.
Well, that was the point of it all. That you can have nudity in a non-sexual way in a TV show, and it could be okay. Not that his naked ass should ever be okay, but they made the point. But now that never happens again anymore. It doesn't happen anymore.
Right down naked ass.
Naked ass. That doesn't happen anymore, but it's okay to now say the F word and decapitations. That's fine, but whole asses, forget it, we're out.
Mm.
And when you see that, you think, oh, that reminds me, I'm out of kiwi fruit.
Gee, should I shave again? I don't know, maybe.
Should I shave there?
Just don't use an electric razor. That would not be too cool.
Yeah, you can dance together cheek to cheek, or you can turn around and face each other. So yeah, went from horror movies to nudity. This is what I like about this show.
Yeah, I like about this show. That's we were known for wandering and going off on tangents, and that's what makes it interesting.
But then if people ever wanted to, they can go right back to it.
Right back, exactly right, and that's how people talk. We're all 9 years old.
Well, sex and violence often go hand in hand. So if you look at the horror movies from the 70s,
they do if you do them right.
The teens that had sex first were always the first one that Jason Voorhees got to. Mm-hmm. So that was the lesson they're trying to teach through movies. So uninhibited teen sex meant that you were going to die. So you weren't going to learn it through your parents. You weren't going to learn it through church. Maybe Jason Voorhees can finally teach you the lesson you deserve to learn. But that was the point of it.
To me, the best way is to tell kids at an early age, look, your parent did it, and your grandparents
get over it.
Did it.
Get over it.
Picture that, and if you do it, you're going to end up just like that. And then you want a celibate kid, you just be like Grandpa with his dark socks and his knobby white knees and his
get off my lawn,
and his varicose vein and his big bulbous honker.
Nah, see here now. When I was
exactly right.
When I was a youngin', we never did no thing like that. Nah, see here.
It's a crazy world, and I have to believe if aliens are watching, we are Comedy Central of the cosmos.
They're laughing their asses off.
We're people all different colors and styles, and we don't speak the same language. And we
not even
close. On candid camera.
Not even close.
Oh, hey, we're right there.
Yeah,
totally have to believe that we're Comedy Planet. I'm telling you.
And they're laughing right now. They're blaming everything on the Russians.
They think it's the Russians.
This week, as we speak, again, I know since we're going to be out there in cyberspace for a while, this is going to get dated, but as we recorded, NASA released the picture, did you guys see this, of the largest picture of the galaxies ever.
Oh, I didn't have a chance to see that. I know what you're talking about, though, yeah.
It is truly awe-inspiring,
yeah.
and the word awesome is way overused. It's like, oh, get a piece of gum, it's awesome. Get a piece of gum, it's not. This is awesome. It is galaxies, and just it goes forever and ever and ever, and I'm thinking, if anybody is dumb enough to even think that we are alone, I want to paintbrush slap them.
It would seem like an awful waste of space.
It just shuts your mouth and thinking,
for as many stars you see at nighttime, there's that many galaxies out there also that have that many stars in each galaxy.
Well, for whatever
there's a number for you.
I don't know if it was a Hubble. I just happened to catch it really fast. I knew we were going to record. I checked on it, and it was just awe-inspiring. So
to check it out.
Again, hopefully, if we go from and again, I don't know if there is reincarnation or not. If we come back, I don't want to come back here. Do you want to come back here? Seen it, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. That's like going to Indiana for vacation twice. Let's go someplace else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
Why Indiana?
Have you been to Indiana?
There's not much in Indiana.
I've seen their tree.
Yeah. There's just not much there.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
How Nebraska is, too.
Nebraska is a gateway to Kansas. Is not a whole lot there. And you look at it, and America.
It's a gateway state.
Gateway drug.
To Kansas, yeah.
They smoke corn there.
You ever try to get a cob lit and keep it lit? It's really hard to do. But to make a long story longer, like we are wont to do here, there are such beautiful places, not only in this country, but in this world. And there are places that are just so-so. Just boring, ugly, kind of flat. And I gotta believe that the universe is exactly the same way.
Sure.
There are clusters of gorgeous, amazing planets with spectacular color.
And there's a planet,
Earth is bland.
and then there's a planet that are theoretically filled with people made of poop. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
People made of poop.com.
the poop people.
The poopers. Scoopers.
There we go.
All right, we're running out of material for this particular episode, but that's
That we
okay.
have resorted to poop people.
Have we fulfilled our contractual obligation yet? We don't know, but this is how humans converse.
Yeah, well, so I can run down some of the band names. We haven't done that in a while.
If you're just joining us, every time a phrase comes up that is unusual, Greg likes to, like his dream catcher.
That's what I doodle on here sometimes. These are my doodlings.
He takes kazoo lessons 3 times a week, hoping to get in a band, playing the triangle. Someday, and he's going to be the first one. If the band needs a name, Greg's got a book of them.
Yeah, so I have just on this page the Phonies, Homeless Children. It's just sad. It shouldn't be a band name. She's laughing.
Because it was my thing. I said that.
Homeless children.
The Green Olives, the Bad Doodlers, Swamp Gas, Magnetized Balls, Pitchforks and Torches. I like that.
No, wait. I don't think these are just band names. These could be names of albums.
Oh, this can go. Yeah, this
Yeah.
Magnetized Balls is a great name for an album.
Yeah.
Chimp Trick. That's their first song, Monkeying Around.
Yeah.
I hate every chimp I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Wow.
It's from The Simpsons. Thank you.
Oh.
Asbestos You Can. I don't remember.
Oh, I said that.
That is brilliant.
I said
So it's the word asbestos with the words you can, as best as you can.
because I got it from a stupid YouTube video.
That is brilliant right there. Bang Bang Shamboozler.
Pardon me while I have a bodily function.
Wait, what?
Is there some laughing gas in the studio?
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty good. Alien fart jokes. Whale blubbered latte. The Mama Lukes. Pyongyang. So after we went to war with North Korea, they turned Pyongyang into Pyongyang. So worldwide wackadoos, naked asses, and pooper scoopers. That's just on that page.
As best as you can.
As best as you can. That is brilliant.
We've gone off the rails on a crazy train, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we have now. Yeah, the first one I had on here, alien tribal tattoos, rescue dogs, by the numbers. Here comes some of our favorites I had starred here: duck farts, TJ weenies,
Never gets old.
bug poo, poo chuckers, and now we have.
Why
and now we have
90% of
pooper
these are
scoopers.
poop?
Farts and poops still, after all this time, make us giggle.
It's amazing to me that any of us have a college degree here, or
I taught college bowling for a little while. I don't think that qualifies as a degree.
Woodwork squeaks and out come the freaks. And it's amazing to me. You have to believe that that the aliens are the same way. They got the big green finger. All my fingers.
Yeah.
It's 4 feet long. You know.
I hope that no matter how old I get to be, that I will still laugh at a good poop or fart joke.
I don't know if I told you this on the air before, but I was in a men's room. This is probably a year ago, and the man had to be so old. He if he drank milk, he would crap cheese. That's how old he was.
My first thought, real quick, is I smell a good fart joke coming,
You do.
which is nonsensical.
And he had his pants above his nipples, and he was in there at the urinal, and he's leaning against it,
No.
and he's trying to find the old gummy worm at age 97. And he gets it, and he starts peeing, and of course there's guys you don't have
You don't
urinal.
talk. I know the rules. You, just don't
but,
talk.
and you don't go next to him either. So
You have a couple spaces in between.
A couple spaces in between. So there was one space in between, and he's leaning up against the book, and he's left-handed because he's grabbing his joint with his left hand.
His joint.
And he cut loose. It had to be 15 seconds. It was about 4 different octaves. It sounded like the eruption from Van Halen.
No, it had to sound like the Emergency 51 when they got the that was how many alarms that the fire was.
It was almost like the Close Encounters. All the octaves, 15 seconds, and he turned to me with a straight face and he said, Holy cripes, what's the power on that hole? I don't know where that came from or what it is. I laughed so hard, I urinated all over myself, and I had to go back to it's a restaurant. I got to go back to the table because I'm wearing khaki pants, which now has a Rorschach test, which looked like the outer edge of Cuba all over my crotch.
For those of you who don't know, the Rorschach test is the psychiatrist will show you the ink blots, and you have to tell him what the ink blots
What it
look
looks
like.
like to you.
Ooh, that looks like Dobie's peace stain after he got told about the powers of
Holy
the court.
cripes! What's that's so funny. That's an old person word too. For
Holy
cripes.
cripes.
You know.
Why did your face get gaunt like that? You're like, cripes.
Cripes.
You know, they say that Jim Carrey uses that the best in Dumb and Dumber in the first one, when he has what little money they have left to go to the store to get supplies, and he comes back with some kind of twirly fan on a stick and a big giant orange hat, a Slim Jim, and that was his supplies. And he tries to get a paper, so he puts his last quarter in the machine, and it locks. He puts something in the machine shuts, he has to get the paper, and he stands in front of the glass and goes, cripes! That makes me laugh every time I see it.
I have another bathroom story too, cause
Well, how much time we got, Adam?
We're down to bare bones, as they say.
You go ahead, Ken.
it's
Go for it,
we'll
go
make
for
it. Well,
Nobody's watching anymore after
Go
this.
for it.
We've lost all our
we've
viewers.
kind of cut it off. But no, I went to the restroom one day at work too, and there's this older woman. I could tell by her. You could see under the stall, so the shoes are. The socks are all the way up to the knee, and then, old sneakers.
The walker.
Yeah, the walker. But no, she's in the bathroom. I hear screaming already from outside the bathroom door, and she's in there. She's like, "Oh crap!" Like all at once, and you could hear it too. And oh my goodness,
these and other
I don't want to
stories.
get to that point.
One thing you could be assured of: this will not make our greatest hits Christmas reel.
Yeah, but they're fun stories. They're everyday things that happen to everyday people. These things happen. I don't remember. The only funny bathroom story I have. Here it comes.
Everybody has.
And we're gonna have to end. We're gonna end on this one because there's nothing left to say after you see something like this. So I played high school. I was in the high school football program. See, so kids are being what kids are. They usually have bad bathroom etiquette and protocol. So one of the bathrooms was under repair, so we had to use another bathroom. And we walked into the bathrooms, and I don't know how this happened or who did it, but whoever did this has to have either the best aim of all time or just incredible luck. On the floor, standing straight up like the Leaning Tower of Pisa was a giant turd, just standing straight up. And we're all looking at it like, that can't be real. Is that real? We're all just dumbfounded. Then we admired it for the work of art that it was. Would you look at that? I mean, that's incredible.
You're doing the science.
Yeah. Did someone miss the toilet, or was this done on purpose? It was like, that's a conspiracy that we never know. No one ever took responsibility.
There's a whole case file for it.
It was poopendicular.
Oh man. Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was.
Hey, Adam laughed.
Yeah.
We're not going to laugh yet. We got to quit. We're going to be gone right now.
Poopendicular.
Poopendicular.
Yeah, it's
Carrie,
going.
how can they get a hold of us?
Alright, we got tinfoiltalkshow@gmail.com, and then we have the Mothership Connection fan page and the Gregory DeGuire Facebook page.
Woodwork squeaks, out come the freaks, the mothership flies for another episode. We'll be back soon. Think it ain't illegal yet.
Watch for us live coming up soon.
You guys are closing on Poopendicular?
Yes.
That was a new low.
I told